Hi, I'm Leah. You know, you can search the AutoChannel.com's new car buyer's guide to quickly and easily find specs, prices, multi-car comparison, and the latest news about every new passenger car and truck sold in North America. The AutoChannel.com, there's nothing else like it.
I'm Clemens Zimmermann. I'm standing here in South Carolina for the international media launch of the Bmw X6, the vehicle that you can see behind me. And you know what? Today I'm the happiest man in the industry because this has been my baby for the past 3 years. The Bmw X6 is defining an entirely new vehicle category. It's the world's first sports activity coupe. So what's a sports activity coupe? In a nutshell, it's the best of two worlds. You have the high ground clearance, the high seating positions, the big wheels, comparable to the Bmw X5. But on top of that, for the first time you get the design, the performance and the agility of a large coupe. Talking about the design, the Bmw X6 does not only have some sporty design elements. From its whole silhouette, it's a coupe, it's a real coupe. When you look at the roofline, it's not just the window graphics which is sporty, but the highest point is above the driver's seat, and from there the roofline slopes gently towards the rear. So a genuine coupe characteristics. Also, you have a lot of muscle in the wheel arches, emphasizing the performance. So talking about a sports activity coupe, three things are important. We had the design, now performance. The Bmw X6 has an all-new engine for the first time ever for the brand. It's a twin-turbo V8 petrol engine with 400 horsepower. I show it to you. What's particularly new with this engine, for the first time we have placed the turbochargers inside the cylinder banks. Now this has two advantages. First of all, the engine is more compact in size. The center of gravity is more compact. And secondly, you have better throttle response. And talking about throttle response, this vehicle goes from 0 to 60 miles in 5.3 seconds. So that's pure sports car territory, and no other vehicle of this size and with this performance can match this time. So we've had the design, we've had the performance. Now the third important thing when we talk about a sports activity coupe is agility. Here again we have another BMW innovation, another BMW first, which is dynamic performance control. So what does it do? Actually, it's quite straightforward. With xDrive we can shift the power between the front and the rear axle. So now on the rear axle with dynamic performance control we can shift the power between the left and the right wheel. Dynamic performance control is a differential which is attached to the rear axle. You cannot see it right now, but we do have a display in the instrument panel where you can see what's happening in the drivetrain. So what does the customer get from dynamic performance control? He or she has three advantages: more agility, more stability during abrupt change maneuvers, and also improved traction on differing surfaces. All in all, we believe a significant enhancement of the sheer driving pleasure. What was the idea behind the Bmw X6? What was the idea behind the sports activity coupe? Well, back in 1999, BMW has revolutionized the market with the original BMW X5. It was the first off-road vehicle that excelled also on the road. At the time, 8 years ago, this was very much a niche market, and with the years this niche has become a segment of its own right. So once again we were asking ourselves, how can we be still ahead from the rest of the market in terms of sportiness? How could we spark another revolution in terms of on-road dynamics? And the answer was very straightforward: let's make a coupe. And if you look further back into history, this has very much to do with logic. Let's take the 3 Series sedan, for instance. it has defined the sports sedan. And once it was established very well on the market, we topped that in terms of sportiness with the 3 Series Coupe. So finally, I'm at the steering wheel of the BMW X6, and as you can see at first sight, the feature that pops to your eye are the shift pedals. Those are standard in every BMW X6, and it allows you to shift like a Formula 1 driver. Another feature which is typical for a coupe, you have knee pads. So in active cornering, in fast cornering, your knees, they don't bump against the center stack, but they're comfortably supported by these knee pads, also standard. You have the instruments of the BMW 6 Series to underline the sporty character. And what you also have, you have a display for dynamic performance control. So you can toggle in the board computer field to the function where you see what's happening in the drivetrain, and it shows you the torque distribution not only between the front and rear axle due to xDrive, but also the power shift due to performance control between the left and the right wheel and the rear axle. Apart from this, you have the typical BMW luxury leather covered dashboard, bamboo wood and the oyster leather. So as any other BMW coupe, the BMW X6 has 4 seats. That has one big advantage. Also at the rear I have the strong side support. So during sporty driving, the rear passengers, they don't slide across the rear bench. They look very much like individual seats, and they're very generous. I can sit here comfortable. I have more headroom than in any other coupe. And looking from the outside at the X6, many people are surprised because it looks so sporty, so emotional from the outside, that they assume they have to sacrifice space in the inside. But as you can see here, I'm sitting very comfortably and I have enough space for long journeys. We've covered the sportiness bit in detail. We've covered the functionality, the versatility bit of a sports activity vehicle a little bit. You've seen how I can sit in the rear space. Now another very important thing is the trunk space. You can fit 4 golf bags or 3 mountain bikes into the trunk space, and how big it really is maybe more visually demonstrated in a while.
Hey, cool video, huh? Now's a good time to search the autochannel.com's buyer's guides to quickly and easily find the most in-depth news, specs, prices, rebates, crash ratings, and recalls for every brand of vehicle sold in North America. The autochannel.com, there's nothing else like it.